Hey YouTube universe, it's John here. It's Monday, June 23rd, 2008. I thought I'd give you a little quick review of a movie I saw actually last weekend, the weekend before when it opened. Was the new thriller by M. Night Shyamalan, The Happening. Now, let me go and tell you this up front. I'm a big fan of his films. I was a big fan of his first four films. Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs, and The Village. I didn't see Lady in the Water because I just heard too many bad things about it. Then I started getting interested in this one, The Happening. So I went to the movies. I went to go see this film with a pretty open mind. I wasn't expecting genius. I wasn't expecting something elaborate. I was just hoping to get something decent enough that would be passable. With that said, the movie could have been a lot better with minor improvements. The basic story about this mysterious virus that's attacking people and making them suicidal up the eastern coast was fine. And they kind of went into details about what was causing the virus or what was causing people to kill themselves, and it wasn't too elaborate. Almost version, okay, this is a little overkill, but I was fine with that. What I didn't care for was Mark Wahlberg's acting. I thought his acting in this was totally wrong for the character he was trying to play. I thought John Leguizamo was a total waste of time. I mean, he was barely in the movie, and I think his acting talents were totally wasted in what he did. I was really surprised by the appearance of Betty Buckley in this film, and what she does in this film is pretty damn amazing. Unfortunately, you had to wait over an hour for her to appear in the film and see what she does, but her bit in this film was like totally amazing. I'm sorry, that's the only word I can use to express how wow I loved Betty Buckley in this movie. Zooey Deschanel, I think she could have been a lot more. I'm not a big fan of hers, I guess, or maybe I just don't know her material that well. I wasn't happy with her performance. I thought there was just some things that were just really off. There were some editing choices, and there's this one scene in particular. And for those of you who have seen the film, there's a scene where John Leguizamo's character has to leave his daughter behind in the hands of Deschanel and Mark Wahlberg's character, and he gets in a Jeep and he drives away. And usually in most scenes, where you see the rear view car window scene, where people are driving off and people are peering out through the rear window, it's pretty basic shot that's done in hundreds of films. In this movie, they show that perspective, and they use like this very slow-mo editing and this like really slow motion effect of John Leguizamo traveling off in the distance in the back of the car, and it just looked so out of place and like so bad. I mean, there was like little things like that made me want to go, what is wrong with that scene? There were a lot of scenes in the film that just made the audience laugh that I don't think were meant to be funny. Another thing I had, and this ties into this, another issue I had with this film was, all the promos and the commercials were like, for the first time, M. Night Shyamalan's first R-rated film. Okay, fine. If you're gonna go there and you're gonna use the R-rated stuff because of the gore and the violence and the death scenes and whatever, then you might as well take advantage of it and use it for every aspect of the film. And I mean that as in realistic characters, realistic dialogue, realistic scenes of action. For all the violence and gore in the film, the swearing in the film was so toned down. I mean, Mark Wahlberg is resorted to saying things like frickin' and golly gee and oh my gosh. And then there's this army guy that's like lost in one scene, and he's freaking out, and he says some like Unfortunately, it was like, a hick term that wasn't like totally, the F-bomb or whatever. And I'm like, if you're gonna make the R-rated movie, then use the language and use real dialogue that people. I mean, there's the one scene, I think we've all seen clips of it, where Mark Wahlberg's in the middle of a field and all these people are ganging up on him saying, what should we do, what should we do? He's like, give me a second, I gotta think for a second. It's like, no, say out loud, fucking give me a minute, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck to do. Use real language. So I was totally pissed off by that too, that all these like minor elements contributed to how bad the film turned out, and that it wasn't as good as it could have been. I think there was like there were minor things that could have made this film better. I mean, use real language, had the acting choices been different from Mark Wahlberg, and the whole story plot is not that bad. The ending is kind of surprising. It's not surprising. I mean, the ending is kind of predictable. But for what it wasn't that bad. But it could have been a whole lot better, I thought. So that for now is my rant on M. Night Shyamalan's Happening. So look here for some other posts, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.